I've talked about the silence, I've talked about the hero that I was looking for when all this time I had supernova right here. But today I need to talk about the trap that kept me stuck in the middle of the addiction to external validation. Because I realized something when I was looking at my national exam results recently. I realized that for years, I've been waiting for a specific person to clap for me. And because they didn't clap, I felt my performance didn't count because I've been living in a waiting room, holding my achievement in holding my achievement in my lap. I'm waiting for my name to be called. So today I guess now I'm learning how to walk out of that room. In order to do that, let's go back to that 18-year-old girl with the kerosene lamp, right? I told you yesterday that she ranked number 10 in the country. That is a massive deal. It is a massive deal. And I was trying to remember, did I celebrate? Did we have a party? Did we go out for dinner? And honestly, I don't remember that we did any of that. And I think I know why. In a way, I was waiting for my dad to acknowledge that. Don't get me wrong, my mom acknowledged all my accomplishments. And I mentioned on day one that my dad made me feel invisible in a way, and because his legacy belonged to the boys. My older brother, in contrast, was my hype man. He's no longer with us, but I remember his voice saying, Webley, you can do this. And I held on to these words till this date. But my dad, he's the one I wanted his validation. And there is something specific about wanting validation from the person who doubted you. You want them to finally turn around and say, I was wrong. You're amazing. You're waiting for that moment. And when you live your life trying to prove someone wrong, you are, in a way, you're still letting them control you. I realized that even with number 10 ranking, even with scoring 198 out of 200 in chemistry, 200 out of 200 in math, if my dad didn't validate it, I didn't feel like I could own it. And he never really did. He passed away without ever really seeing me the way that I wanted to be seen. And that left a void. It left a massive hole. And I spent the next 20 years trying to fill that void, to fill that hole with bosses, with mentors, with social media likes. It was like walking around with a cup, and the cup had a hole in the bottom. And I'm asking everyone to pour into that cup, and it has a hole at the bottom, and I'm wondering why it was always empty. How do I fix this? Because I can't go back in time, and I cannot get that celebration that didn't happen then back. So I realized this week that I have to become the person that I was waiting for. In a way, I have to be my own dad. I have to be my own brother. I have to create an internal board of directors, because when I looked at the score for chemistry, for math, and the 50-year-old Webley today looked at the 18-year-old Webley and said, "Oh, girl, I am so proud of you." I am. I literally said that out loud in my room. Webley, look what you did. Look what you did. And I felt a shift, a physical shift in my chest, because I realized that my validation is actually worth more than anyone else's. Why? Because I know the context, okay? My dad didn't know about the kerosene nights because he was a workaholic and a provider. He didn't know about the fear that I experienced while studying. And I know what it costs to get there. I know about the sweat. No one knows the cost like I do. So no one else's applause should matter as much as mine. This is the power of my self validation, right? It means that you don't wait for the world to catch up to your greatness. Ooh, I love this. You don't wait for the world to catch up with your greatness. You announce it to yourself first. Let me say it again. You don't wait for the world to catch up to your greatness. You announce it to yourself first. It means looking at your wins and not asking, is this good enough? Because I had to do that. I had to look at every single little win and say, this is incredible because I did it. And it just makes me appreciate the little things, the little progress even more. It feels awkward to clap for myself. Some might say it's arrogant. We are taught in a way to be humble, to not celebrate ourselves and call it humility. But there's a difference between arrogance and acknowledgement. Arrogance is thinking that you are better than everyone else. But acknowledge is simply agreeing with the truth of your own hard work. If you work for it, acknowledge it, celebrate it. In a way, I feel that for the rest of this journey, I'm going to try a lot of new things. The fact that I agreed to to do this 100-day journey with Glow. Shout out to Glow because if it wasn't for her creative reset, I wouldn't go and look at that picture, that little girl with the pigtails and having this flow of joy from looking at my accomplishments and realizing that it's not too late to celebrate those wins. And it really helped me realize that you have got to be your biggest cheerleader. Because, yes, you can have people in your life who love you, who celebrate you, who think very highly of you, who are motivating you and encouraging you. But I'll tell you this, if you don't believe this for yourself first, or even if you didn't, like me, you can go back and look at your accomplishments and celebrate those wins and realize that person who accomplished those things when she was 18, when she was 16, 20, 22. Look at me now. I'm 50 years old and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of that 18-year-old Webley and I'm celebrating her now. I am truly celebrating her, and I'm so grateful that I get to do that in this season of my life where, in a way, I'll talk about this another time, in a way, after in 2025, life forced me to slow down in many ways. I'm grateful for that pause button that life forced me to hit so that I can reflect on these moments to find that inspiration, to find this inspiration inside, to find that hero inside of me, to look at those accomplishments and to give myself that win, to see that greatness. I think I read somewhere, I don't remember which book that I read, that said, it says something in the line of, you you don't become great after you accomplish the thing. You become great when you make the decision to do it. So, this is what I'm going to leave you with today. Be your biggest cheerleader because I'm doing it now and I'm grateful for this journey. I'm grateful for it and I'm excited to see more to come. All right, guys. So, my name is Webley And thank you for joining me in my 100-day journey. And I'll see you tomorrow.